pilafcooking.com. I'm back in my kitchen today, and now I'm going to cook a great side dish. I've been really trying to get some more vegetables in our diet in interesting and creative ways and just shake things up. I love carrots and celery, but there's more to the world than carrots and celery. So today I'm going to make a rice pilaf using root vegetables. We've got rutabagas here and beets. And if you've never eaten a rutabaga, you don't know what you're missing. I know the name is a little funny sounding, but it's delicious. It's kind of like, it's got the texture of a carrot, but it's got this sharpness like a radish, and it's absolutely delicious. So it's great in stews and all kinds of places you'd use a carrot, basically. And so the reason that I picked these vegetables is because I like to make a pretty traditional rice pilaf as a side dish that has a mirepoix in it, which is the traditional aromatic vegetables of onion, celery, and carrots. And so I took that classic combination and tweaked it. So instead of carrots, I have rutabagas, and instead of onions, I have shallots. And instead of my celery, I decided to toss in some beets for some variety, and it's going to bring a whole lot of color to this. Okay, so pilaf is actually just a cooking method. You can add anything you want to the rice once you know how to do this. So it's great to bring in all kinds of seasonal ingredients, and you can just run wild with it. One of my favorite chefs, Alton Brown, calls something like this a refrigerator magnet, meaning that you can take whatever you've got in your fridge and toss it in the rice pilaf, and it's going to be delicious. So what you do first is cook your vegetables. I've got a half a cup of butter melted in here, and I'm going to toss in all of my vegetables. This is 3 rutabagas that I've peeled and diced. And this is 4 large shallots that I've diced. And then I have 3 beets that I've diced. And whenever you're doing something that requires lots of vegetables like this, like a soup or stew or anything, it's helpful to have all of your vegetables cut to the same size. And that will make sure that they're all cooked at the same time. So that's really the only time-consuming part of this whole recipe, is just chopping your vegetables. So I'm going to toss this with the butter and let this cook on the stove at a low heat. I don't want anything sizzling or bubbling. I'm just going to let this sweat until the vegetables are soft, and that's going to take about 10 minutes, give or take. So I'm going to leave that on the stove and run off and do other things, and I'll come back when that's done. The beets have made everything turn just such a beautiful color of red and orange. It's looking so festive. Okay, so now this is what makes it a rice pilaf, is I'm going to take 4 total cups of rice. There's my first 2. And before I pour in the liquid to cook my rice, I'm going to give this all a good stir, and I'm going to put it back on the heat for just like 2 minutes, just to toast the grain a little and to coat each grain of rice in a little bit of fat. So this technique will make the rice so that it doesn't get stuck together. The fat will make each grain of rice stay separate and fluffy and delicious. Okay, and this pan is still pretty hot, so I'm just going to go ahead with the next step, and that is to add your liquid. So just like anytime you cook rice, you add double the amount of rice, at least white rice. So I'm going to add 8 cups of chicken broth, and you can use water if you want to, but you will be missing an opportunity for flavor. This is what makes it just so yummy, and so that you don't need a whole lot of other seasonings. Okay, once I get this all added, I'm gonna put it back on the stove and let it come to a boil, and then turn the heat way down, cover this, and just let it cook until all of that liquid is absorbed. You don't wanna fuss with it a lot. So this is a great thing to cook while you're working on other things in the kitchen, you know, trying to get the kids bathed, all of those crazy things we're trying to do in an evening. So I'm gonna put this back on the stove for about 20 minutes until all of this liquid gets absorbed into the rice, and then I will share the finished project with you. This is warm, isn't that beautiful? All the different oranges and reds. Could you get more festive for fall? How gorgeous would this look on a Thanksgiving table, right? And you know, most of the cooking happened while I was busy doing other things. So it's great time management meal. So delicious. So all the flavoring is really, if you get a good quality chicken broth, it can just be in your chicken broth. If you'd like to add some more salt, I'm always a fan of that idea. A little pepper won't hurt you either. And that's it. And you can add as many vegetables to this as you want and get completely creative. You can add sun-dried tomatoes or different cheeses, whatever. Then the pilaf part of it is just cooking the grain in a fat to make sure that they all stay nice and fluffy. I mean, look at how fluffy that is. Isn't that pretty? And then basically braising the grain in the liquid and just letting it cook. And so that's the basic technique, and you can do as many different things as that as you can come up with. So I hope you'll give this a try. I hope you love it, and give me a comment if you do and tell me how it went. So please subscribe to the channel for lots more great recipes and great craft ideas and creative living that is really lived in, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.